Hey everyone, welcome back to Sandhill Shooter Channel. My name is John. I just wanted to discuss a couple things here with you. First off, before I go too far, I am rocking my red hat. It is Friday when I'm releasing this video, so I want to make sure that I am wearing red. For those of you that don't know, Red Fridays, red stands for Remember Everyone Deployed. And so I always try to wear red every Friday, and you should too until they all come home. So the red hat is for that today. Now, I want to talk a little bit about some things that have been happening here in Nebraska. Down in Lincoln, the unicameral is back in session for 2020. And a lot of bills are being introduced, one of which has to do with abortion. And now, let me start off by saying whether you agree or disagree with abortion, one of the things that we can all agree with is that it is the law of the land. It is legal, and the Supreme Court says that it is a guaranteed right that people have. So whether we like it or not, right now, that's how it works. That's the law of the land. But in Lincoln, Senator Suzanne Geist and 20 other people who co-sponsored the bill, but Senator Geist put forth the bill that would eliminate the type of abortions where forceps are used to pull the unborn baby apart a piece at a time. So they actually reach in there with basically tongs, pinchers, grab an arm, a leg, whatever, pull it out a piece at a time. It's not even dead yet. That specifically is what that bill would ban. It's a second trimester abortion. And I'm okay with banning any part of abortion up to, of course, completely banning it. That's my own personal belief. But here's the problem. Of course, a lot of people are saying, well, you can't do that. That infringes upon people's reproductive rights. That infringes upon people's constitutional rights. Of course, Planned Parenthood immediately decided that this bill was going to be a bad thing. The Nebraska, and I'm reading this so I don't get it wrong, so bear with me as I look down at my screen here. The Nebraska Executive Director, Andy Curry Grubb, said in a news release, LB 814 is not based on a desire to improve women's health, but rather aims to eliminate access to abortion as part of a larger anti-abortion strategy to ban abortion method by method. And that may be true. But as soon as I read that, another thought crept into my mind. I thought about all of the laws that are being passed in different states across the country, or at least being proposed in different states. Virginia, of course, right now is the first state that we think of because there are so many laws that are being introduced, or so many bills being introduced right now. It honestly, you have to write them all down just to keep them straight, because there are so many anti-gun and anti-liberty bills being introduced in that state. But Illinois, even Nebraska has some anti-liberty bills that have been introduced. So we have to keep track and see what's going on here. What if I took the abortion issue out of that statement from Nebraska Executive Director of Planned Parenthood, Andy Curry Grubb? What if we plugged in guns instead? This is what would happen if we changed that statement just a little bit. It would say it is not based on a desire to improve people's health, or rather people's safety, but rather aims to eliminate access to guns as part of a larger anti-gun strategy to ban guns, method by method. If we take out abortion and health and add in guns and safety, all of a sudden this looks exactly like what so many on the left are trying to do. Why is it that we get so upset when we take away people's reproductive rights, their constitutionally, and I'm not even going to air quote that, constitutionally protected right to have an abortion? That's something we cannot trample on. There are people that are arguing you shouldn't even ban them before birth. There are now people arguing that you could call it an abortion after the child is born. If you really didn't want to have it, then they just wouldn't give it any medical care and just let it die on its own on a table. Now, that is barbaric, and anybody that's for that is, honestly, I can't think of a bad enough word. They're not even human. They are the most disgusting, vile creatures that I can think of. But at any rate, if you think that we should not restrict abortions in any way, shape, or form, and then turn around and tell me that restricting guns has anything to do with keeping people safe, I can't even tell you the level of hypocrisy that would come from that statement. You can't have it both ways. So which is it going to be? Are we going to have the full freedom of our constitutionally protected rights, or is it okay to chip away and say this is okay but this is not, because it just makes common sense? Thanks for listening. God bless. We love you.